The things I like about MindStretcher are the teachers and the learning materials. The worksheets are very comprehensive and enriching in terms of providing extra information or tips to conquer the question with confidence. MindStretcher has given me a lot more confidence in my studies, for example, chemistry. After attending chemistry lessons at MindStretcher, I've grown to like the subject more, and I actually saw a huge improvement in my results from C to A2. This is all because during the lessons, we are exposed to all sorts of questions, so we become more familiar with the ways to answer them.
They always give us supplementary questions before our classes end, and then we'll do it at home, and in the next class, she will go through it. So all these challenging questions were actually more advanced than our usual questions that we did in class or even in exam. These questions are actually not that hard, and we just need to get the correct technique in getting it so that we can get a full marks for that question. So when we came to exams, I was more relaxed because I tried all the different types of challenging questions and I understood how to do it.
So basically, my weak point is structured essay questions, which is a bummer because it's 50% of the entire grade. MindStretcher has really helped me to answer these kind of questions, and they actually allowed me to memorize the keywords and re-look at it. So now I could easily do these kind of questions.
I remember that in A-Math, there was this one question where you had to sketch a graph. And I never really knew how to do the questions. Even during exams, I would skip the question and I leave 2 pages blank. It was only afterwards, by taking classes in MindStretcher and doing the question over again, that I was able to actually tackle the question. The constant revision over previous topics and being able to refresh my memory helped me to be able to better prepare for my exams. Especially since there's so many different subjects to juggle and all. To set aside time to just purely focus on math and to be able to be prepared for O-levels.
Of course, I cannot forget the dedicated teachers who plan the lessons and create the materials. Their wonderful teaching abilities complement the enriching information provided MindStretcher, a professional enrichment institution which nurtures excellent students. Mrs. Sham gave us extra lessons even after the curriculum has ended to prepare us for the O-level. Even though MindStretcher doesn't have a literature class, she gave us extra lessons for this subject. Mr. Jason, my additional mathematics teacher, has always encouraged us to ask more questions, and even if we feel shy to ask more questions in class, he will encourage us to approach him after the class has ended.
The teachers here at MindStretcher are definitely going to go all out on their students, and they're going to definitely help the students to achieve better results than they have.
So my physics teacher, Mr. Kadir, he actually walked around while we were doing the worksheets, and he looked over our shoulders and made sure that we were doing the questions correctly and that we were on the right track. He could spend his time marking other worksheets, but instead he chose to help us, and he chose to just make sure that we were doing the questions correctly. During the lesson, Ms. Sham shows us YouTube videos which are relevant to the lesson, and they actually help to broaden our knowledge. So in the O-level oral exam, I actually was able to use what I learned in the videos that Ms. Sham had showed me, and I could actually explain and deliver my points properly.
Okay. I attended the O-level prep and exam strategies webinar. The teachers there were really amazing because they really not went through the open-ended questions and the MCQ, but they also went through practical questions which most schools don't really go through that much. So I was quite impressed that we managed to get the past year practical questions and go through it first.
I attended the O-level A-Maths bootcamp. The teachers were very friendly and open to questions. They also consolidated a list of topics that were previously tested in the O-level exams.
I think a good study habit I learned was to be able to take note of important key concepts and so that I don't memorize everything or just minus practice.
Basically, around 6 months ago, I decided to write all my mistakes in a book. Even though I actually understood the mistake, I still would write it down in the book, and then I would revisit it every week or so. I recommend that you write all your mistakes in one book, and then you just visit it easily so that you know what exactly could be your downfall.
the my literature teachers always told me that it's not enough just for tuition, we have to put in our own hard work. So they always told us, go back and do some other school papers, do some workbooks. So I always make sure to do that before every exam. And even during O-level, I make sure to do all the past school papers, and even the PYS, I managed to finish it all. So that it will prepare me for my O-levels.
Yes, I would recommend my strategy for other students because it actually helps you to be able to learn the topic better, in the sense that you start the topic faster before school does. You're able to really grasp it and learn it before everyone else.
I would definitely recommend my stretcher to other students, as it has always been a very secure and comfortable place for me to push myself to the boundaries, stretch my minds to the limits, and reach new academic heights.